feel like most of the time we kind of see the Undying at the 5, but the shift up isn't really all that surprising if it does happen, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Sometimes it'll be played in position 4 or even 3. I think maybe Anna ran it in position 1 during like the regional qualifiers, something like that. Because that's some crazy shit with Undying, but mix up is possible. Yeah. Same goes with Tiny. I really like the flexible lineups that keep the enemies guessing of who is going to go where. Um, I prefer that a lot more than like cut and dry draft. We know who's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But they
Hmm.
pick a hero that's pretty solid at all stages in the game on the side of the cut. They go with Bloodseeker here, and he doesn't have too much problem tearing through tanky heroes like Undying and Tiny either. As once he gets his Agum Shard, he does percentage-based pure damage to your HP.
Hmm. As you say, just someone who's going to be usable at all points in the game. They don't maybe want to get too caught up in a slower build up, like the hero that they just banned out in the Medusa. So
Mm-hmm.
they would like to be able to fight at all times, especially with the Snap and the Nyx Assassin, right? I mean, those two can provide you openings really at pretty low levels, so makes sense for the cut, especially considering last time out they were getting hit very hard very quickly. So I feel like this is maybe a correction against that so that they don't just get blown out in the first 15 to 20 minutes again.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't say they were just getting blown out last time. I mean, their Bristleback came online relatively quickly. It was Alpha that actually played a little bit slower with the Naga Siren, but ended up
That's
getting
true.
destroyed regardless. Now that I think about it, it's actually wild how well Alpha played in the last match. But uh, the cut now going mixing things up completely differently. They're not running the Bristleback this time around. I don't think, anyways. But Alpha
Yeah.
goes forward now. The Mars and the Rubik. Rubik's the first time we've seen this so far in the tournament.
Hmm.
I'm a big fan of this hero.
I love the Ruben at this point, man. Like, yeah, he's not the most popular, but he just gives you a little bit of pretty much everything, right? He's a position, mostly a position 4 hero that just excels at nothing in particular, but enough to make the opponents kind of worried. Especially this lineup now with the Kunkka on top of it. There are a lot of spells that the Rubik is going to be more than happy taking.
Yeah. You get anything from Bloodseeker. Actually, get anything from any of these heroes. You're pretty happy. The amount of damage that like Scatter Blast does on Rubik is insane. The range of it is nutty as well. Getting any of Nyx Assassin spells like Impale, either from Lion or Nyx Assassin on Rubik with the extra cast range is incredible.
Right.
You end up like stunning at least 2 heroes every time you throw it out, just because it is so much range. But being able to throw like Mana Burn from like 1200 range away and spam that like off of cooldown is also pretty sick. Bloodseeker's spells are amazing. Obviously, getting Boat, X marks the spot, and Torrent is all really big as well. So it's going to be a fun game to play Rubik, if nothing else. We'll see how effective it's going to be. The Mars, obviously, you've got some big damage coming out of this hero. It doesn't stand out as being amazing here, though. Like, they don't have anybody who can get out of the arena, yes, but they don't have a ton of. Okay, I take that back. I was going to say they don't have a ton of damage to put into their arena yet, but when you're trapped in the cage with the bear, you're going to be dying pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's not a fun time. Kind of interesting there seeing the final bans from Alpha, right? In
Mhm.
before the Ursa pick, they banned away Crystal Maiden and Silencer. So they're looking at, I guess, like core Snapfire on the cut side. That's the guess that they're taking. I'm also kind of a little bit surprised to see the Silencer ban at all. I think the only time we see teams care about it is when the Enigma is in play, and that was banned way back in phase 2. So I don't know. It's kind of a funky one. I mean, I guess the Silencer is still kind of annoying, but weird ban at this point.
Yeah. It is a bit annoying for the Ursa to have to deal with just because he's spamming at his spells like off of cooldown. So, yes, you have a dispel in the form of enrage, but everything else, you're building up those stacks of arcane curse on yourself. You're not able to use overpower. When you're not using that, you get melted. And the Crystal Maiden, I guess, they're just getting rid of because it sits pretty far back. You have that same kiting potential onto the Ursa with it. So it is a little bit surprising the Silencer pick, though. I'll agree with you on that one, but I guess just makes Ursa's life a little bit annoying.
And considering how much of his damage output he is going to sort of count for on Alpha, you want him to have a clear path in just about all these fights. But on the cut side, the pick is in. It will be the Witch Doctor for them, so Alpha's instinct there with the support bands was for the most part on point. So I guess that does mean snap at the 3 for them. Yeah, Vol has picked it up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the Witch Doctor does give Rubik even more good spells to steal from, but as long as Save is paying attention, every time after you throw out a cast, every time you have to use your ultimate, you can just toggle your Voodoo Restoration on and off.
Right.
And Rubik will steal that instead. So it's a hero that's kind of like a double-edged sword. Yes, if you get anything on the Rubik, you can do amazing damage, but as long as you're playing it properly on the Witch Doctor, he's not going to be able to steal anything.
Yeah, I mean, at least taking Voodoo Restoration gives you something to work with, right? I mean, you can at least heal your teammates, but yeah, it's not
when you
ideal.
want like multiple disables in a fight or like extra damage, like it really throws you off when you think you're getting one thing and you get another, and your team thinks that as well.
Only thing worse is when you steal Rot from Pudge and then you just get to be sad.
Yeah, you can't even deny yourself with that anymore. It used to be like, well, at the very least, it's got like one use. I can one last middle finger to the enemies before I go down. Now it's just like, okay, well, I'm dead, I guess.
I just get to die with Rot. Fun times. But
yeah.
All right. We got everybody selecting their heroes here now, so I am going to put you on the spot. Do you think the cut have done enough? Have they made the adjustments? Do you feel confident in them to tie up the series, or are you leaning more the other way?
Well, I always love hyping my boy Save up, even if he doesn't respond to me inside the lobby. Because the coordinator is down.
Right, it was because of the coordinator,
sure.
yeah.
Not because he was ignoring me.
Mm-hmm.
That would be very embarrassing for me if he was. But I'm going to have to go with Alpha again. They had an incredibly clean game last time. My boy Monster is on the Mars. This man absolutely destroyed in the previous matches. I bet he's feeling himself.
It's a... Oh boy. It's a bit of a different style, right? On the Dawnbreaker, he got to just tear people apart. He can still...
It is refreshing watching somebody not going for the the Wraith Pack totem into Pipe of Insight in the offlane. Like, I just want to see offlanes like stomp games again. You're a core too, okay? You don't have to throw yourself into this water boy role where you're like an aura healing your teammates and debuffing the enemies. You can carry too. Be like Monster, everybody. Don't be a slave to the meta.
I have value. I am a core.
Bro, what are you doing?
Nice. But yeah, Monster, yeah, this is not going to be that build, right? I guess, technically speaking, he could go for it, but you're the Mars. You can grab yourself something a little bit more dynamic, something a little bit more aggressive. Maybe even look for some extra damage if called for, because I'm not sure you'll need it with the Ursa and the Tiny, but depending on how well the lane goes, might switch it up a bit. Now we'll see if they can find an early fight here. They've got a trio of heroes hanging out around the river, but Save should just be able to pick this up.
2 for 2. Vol manages to get a little bit of damage off on the Rise at the beginning of the game. I think it'll cost him a tango, but that's about it.
Yeah. Nobody really wants to commit too hard for those plays. You're not even remotely guaranteed to actually get a kill, so...
All right, check this out. Yadomi starts with 5 mangoes and 3 tangos in the inventory, and he's sending out another 2 tangos right now. He's coming into this lane with one objective, and that is to spam decay. I
am undying. I'm ready to party.
It's really good against the Snapfire, though. You're decreasing your base damage every time you throw this out onto her, on top of doing like a full amount of damage yourself. And
they got the slow.
Bull's dead.
Yeah. Oh. Fairy Fire is going to be helpful. Stick
you can't
charges.
Finish somebody off with decay anymore, so he stops chasing him. Because it doesn't do any bonus damage at level 1 like it used to. It used to do 20 damage. It just decreases your strength, and you can't kill someone with just like a strength sap. So, very unfortunate.
It did cost Vol a pretty substantial amount of his regen, though, and Rise is just going to go in again. Yeah, this time around. Vol will fall, Rises gets first blood, not a whole lot that B-God could do that far away, and
B-God is going to pull the wave and probably kill a courier at the same time. Oh, no.
See it? Okay.
I think he saw it, but he's like, I'm not taking the creep wave damage to like maybe kill a courier there. It happening. So instead he's just going to pull it up. Where is he going with this?
He's trying to dodge Yadomi's pull. Or no, he's trying to meet Yadomi's pull. That's even weirder.
The river lane, though?
Okay.
Here we go again.
Who wants to come get some blast hits? Pretty much
Again.
nobody.
Once you hit a certain MMR, another creep wave starts getting spawned. So you think people are better than you at the game? That's just not true. They just have more gold and XP to work with.
What a dumb fight here in the river. But Yonomi is getting most of these last hits, so
I would hope so. He's got a lot more base damage.
that's true. B-God just really can't afford to leave and just surrender all of the experience, but that does mean it's a 1v1 in the lane that Rises very easily wins. I mean, what do you do? If B-God comes back, you surrender a full wave to the Undying, but if you don't come back, then you lose your core. Kind of a lose-lose situation if you're the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, although there was probably like worst case scenario, is Nyx Assassin ended up finding like part of that creep wave. You didn't end up getting it on Snapfire. Ursa ends up fighting a kill. Like everything's going the way of Alpha again this game. Maybe not going as rough as last game, but still not great.
Yonomi's out for blood. He just dropped Tombstone onto B-God. Don't think it's really gonna help.
One zombie really
Yeah.
right now.
That doesn't really do too much, but it's another pull from the Nyx Assassin. This time Vol is here to actually farm this one, but Yonomi's going to make this as difficult as humanly possible.
They finally cleared out the zombie.
Oh, it was still just kind of
Yeah, it was
chugging
still
along
running
there.
for quite a while there.
A one zombie
Unfortunately, it's-
Tombstone. But Yonomi still has, he has more mangoes now than he had at the start of the lane, so he still knows what he's about.
Yep. Man doesn't change. He's got boots coming out now as well, so he's going to be able to continue to chase B-God as he runs away. This windlace he decided was a little bit annoying to deal with. So, he's getting himself some shoes.
Well, in the meantime, I think things might have cooled down at least for a moment, so we can actually look at some other lanes as we shift over to mid. VP on the Kunkka versus Soul on the Tiny. Last hit-wise, the Tiny's going to be able to get a little bit here, but against Kunkka, I don't feel like there's too many opportunities for kills. He's already got a bracer, so 900 HP. No, over 1,000 now, so
PP's
Not really
trying to
gonna
grab
do much.
bold runes, but not able to. Monster ends up getting a kill off on the save there.
okay. They kind of just ignore Scourge. He only has level 1 Blood Right to work with, so it wasn't that hard to ignore him. And
I missed that one. I think he got lifted back and then speared into the tower or something like that. I did miss the beginning of it though.
that is honestly one of these sort of older combos since Mars has come in, right? The Rubik to pair him up with, you get the lift, you get the spear.
Mhm.
It's not
Yeah, but
unmissable, I guess, but it's pretty close.
yeah, as long as the coordination between the two players is decent, like you can throw the spear out at the same time they're landing and then get some good angles. Monster's going to be in a bit of trouble here. In fact, you need to stick up, my friend.
Let's see.
Oh, actually, no, he might be fine without it. The man ran the calculations. Obviously, I didn't. He's completely fine. 90 HP, that is plenty. I have no idea what I'm talking. Why would you waste 7 stick charges?
Exactly.
You can turn a fight with that one later. Neph, you're an idiot. Oh my god.
The only health point that counts is the last one. And he still had it.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, there's some super efficiency nerd out there who's super happy that he doesn't use the stick, but either way, he lives. Forces him out of lane. That kind of sucks for him, but overall, he's not going to miss too much. He's got 24 last hits as well, and they did get that kill onto save, so he's already got a little bit of a gap forming. Well,
Yeah.
actually, I say that. Scourge has got 31 last hits, so maybe not that much of a gap after all.
It's going to be tricky for Monster actually finding a kill on a Bloodseeker here, though. Again, he's a hero that does a lot of base armor. He's getting phase boots pretty quickly after that, so God's Abuse Craft really isn't doing much. Witch Doctor, on the other hand, is going to be very easy. 2-armor hero. So
This river
get on top
fight
of
is
him.
so unbelievably awkward. PP tried to go in with the X. He was disrupted momentarily by the toss. He did still try for the torrent into the boat. Neither one of them hit. And then with Soul getting the reinforcements in the end, they tracked the Kunkka down. So, said earlier it was going to be pretty damn hard to get the kill, but if the Kunkka whiffs the combo...
Bottom lane, they're going to come in on a Monster here, but Blood Ray doesn't end up connecting, so he can go away.
He's only 4.5 on the Bloodseeker as well, so no rupture, but... It was worth a try. Monster was alone with his support having rotated out, but now...
We're just coming in.
Yeah, Save might be in some trouble. There's the Spear stun. He's got level 2 Fade Bolt for some extra damage. Not enough, though, for the kill, and now B-God is here. Impale goes down. Monster tries to pop the stick charges, but it won't be enough, and the Cut do manage to turn that one around.
You didn't think that he would have to commit the lift onto the Witch Doctor there, although I'm not sure how much it would have helped. It was more of like a you're not doing damage to the Witch Doctor fast enough thing, not a you didn't disable the Witch Doctor.
Well, unfortunate for Monster there as he does eat the death. Meanwhile, where is B-God going here? He's got a ward. Just trying to maybe get a little bit of vision there in that triangle. Well, it's really, I guess technically it's not much of a triangle anymore. They took the camp away.
B-God's gonna try to sneak up on Wish. Wish is pretending that he does not see the Nyx Assassin right now.
Do have the ward up there, so he knows, but he's trying to, as you said, play it cool. But at this point,
didn't back up right away when he came over.
Might want to wait a little bit, because Monster's getting close to level 6, right? Once you have the arena, maybe you can turn a bigger fight, especially with Soul. Oh, that's a smoke, not an invis, excuse me. But they could still make a rotation if they were looking for it, and he is going to look for it. They would run into the supports first here, but the Spear actually did connect. There's the lift, Soul's coming in, Avalanche into Toss, into Fade Bolt. Still not enough damage, though. Scourge. He's walking away, and no, PP's here. He's looking for the boat combo. Soul. He's going to get caught by it. Torrent's going to throw him up in the air as well. He does have another Avalanche, though, so he's going to try to make some sort of escape. Monster's coming in with a Rebuke, pushing heroes back. PP finds a kill. It's onto Widge. Not really the target he wanted. Now he's getting tossed back under the tower into the Spear. Oh, man. PP, though, is still getting away. He walks out.
They can't finish him off, and he pops the regen, so he's going to be up to full again after that. Oh, that was such a sick toss into the Spear, but he's getting destroyed. Yadomi Man's going to kill off on the B-God, but puts himself horribly out of position for it.
Man, so you get into a situation, the Tiny goes in, very nearly dies, manages to sneak away. PP then very nearly gets caught out and manages to get away, so at the end of the day, the Cut do really kind of take the better of that fight. This is not the full team fight recap, obviously, but they do come out ahead. Still trailing overall in terms of net worth, Neph, but I mean, that play was looking kind of rough at the start, right? Alpha rotate in with 3 heroes, and
oh yeah, I mean, they come in, they almost narrowly find that kill in the Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker against all lodge managed to survive. I mean, he's a tanky hero. A couple creeps die around him, he heals back up. He's got a lot of armor to work with. They just couldn't finish him off. And it's largely like physical damage they have. I mean, thankfully, Rises is finding kills up in the top lane while all this is going on. He is having an amazing game. 3-0 right now, 60 last hits. His net worth is like 1,000 up on the next highest hero this game.
and he's, what, like halfway to the Battle Fury build already. Got the Perseverance finished off, so it's still going to take him some time, right? Once you build Battle Fury, you build a farming item to do more farming, but he's going to be significantly outpacing anything on the opposing side because your Bloodseeker is working on a Maelstrom, but still 1,100 gold away from that, and even once you have it, Maelstrom doesn't really do you quite as much good as a Battle Fury in terms of farming speed. His monster is getting hit up a little bit here in the lane, but I think they would have needed a Rupture, which was unavailable. Rises has actually TP'd bottom, so he's looking for a fight. Maybe some kills into a tower push. They haven't really done much damage to this tower, though, actually, so not really sure how viable that's going to be as Rises. Yeah, the tower's hitting you. They know you're there. But...
I mean, they could drop a... Oh, I was going to say they could drop a Tombstone to take control of the area, but still on cooldown for another 18 seconds. They did pop us some smoke on save to walk forward without vision. It pretty quickly breaks, but they've got a good vision behind the tower now thanks to this Observer Ward.
What's going on here? We've got heroes rotating in. PP's trying to find the angle. He does get the X. They're going to drop down the Rupture and the Kisses. That's still not enough. Rises is still not dead. He pops the Enrage. He takes down B-God. Now he's going to jump onto Scourge, but eventually he's got to stop. That Rupture was sort of doing some damage to him still, but this fight very much going in Alpha's favor. They've already taken down 2. Scourge has no HP, so he has to try and fall back, and I think he should make it out with the Thirst move speed bonus, but that's not what they wanted. That was everyone either TPing or physically walking to the bottom lane on the cut side, and they immediately get pushed away.
Yeah. They didn't lose any of their core heroes here, though, and he spent a while committing everyone on the side of Alpha, so he's obviously haven't gone 100% your way. They are going to be able to get a tower here, though. The catapult going to assist, and Rise and Monster on it as well. This isn't staying up.
Yeah. They'll take the tower, maybe free up some extra space on their opponent's side of the map to try and farm, but as you said, it was just the 2 supports who died, so what is that? That's the second or third time Scourge has just narrowly gotten away. No deaths yet on the Bloodseeker, so at least he hasn't been heavily punished, but
Looks like they want to keep trying, but I don't think the Mars and the Undying by themselves are enough damage to take Scourge out.
Rupture to Yodomi. He's going to pop the ult. And we're all just going to walk away here, I guess. PP, though, is still hanging around. Ghost Ship's coming back up, but by the time it does, the Rupture's already worn off.
Yeah. If you connect the X, I mean, Yodomi is a difficult kill. He's sitting at like 600 HP. You can find it. The question is if it's worth committing your entire kit this close to the tower.
They're going to try. They do manage to
they
get
try,
it.
but Heroes now on
rotation.
Alpha rotate behind him.
And Scourge will go down. Rubik just stole X. They trapped B-God in the arena, but they didn't actually see him because he had the Vendetta. They weren't holding on to any detection, so this is going to turn into another fight. Soul does get hit up by the combo. He does have the Maledict on him as well, but he's going to stand his ground, fight his way through it. They'll finish B-God off. Save might fall here as well. Monster hits him with the Rebuke into the right click. They do get that kill, and now PP's in trouble. Stolen X hold him back into the engagement. Avatos comes through. Mortimer Kisses are flying in, trying to keep the Kunkka up. And actually maybe take down Soul as well. They do find it, but it's not enough to actually protect the Kunkka.
Yeah, dude, Vol's not giving up here. He's
still
continuing to stay on these heroes. Like, I mean, this is a position 3 Snapfire. He does feel kind of strong, but running into the off Mars maybe a little bit too ambitious, so finally ends up running away. They get the Tiny at the tail end of that one. They do end up losing the Kunkka, though.
Yeah, the
And
Kunkka goes
Bloodseeker
down.
obviously took his first death there. This does slow Scourge McDuck down to his Maelstrom, so he's definitely behind it, but he wants to be on a Bloodseeker. Pause 1.
Yeah, and now the Ursa, he was just chilling in the bottom lane the whole time. He's got the Battle Fury finished, so said before he was going to outpace anyone else on the map. We're going to put that to the test, and yeah. The question at this point, Neph, what exactly does he look for after this Battle Fury,
Dude,
right?
Rubik looks so silly. Sorry, what were you saying?
What,
What does he look for
what does
after
he
on the
look for
Bloodseeker?
after the Battle Fury on Ursa?
Oh, on Ursa. Probably just BKB. I mean, you're playing against a Nyx Assassin. You have a Battle Fury. You're gonna be spamming out Earthshock. Like, you're gonna be hit with stuns constantly. Coconut's gonna come out onto you because you're sitting in front. You're gonna get even if you're not hitting the Nyx Assassin, Spike Carapace is gonna land on you because you're throwing out Earthshock. And if you do a Battle Fury, you're gonna get hit with Impale. It's gotta be a BKB coming out next year on Rises.
Hasn't put anything in the quick buy yet, but that does make the most sense. Meanwhile, for Scourge, Maelstrom is finished. He's going to work his way towards a BKB of his own. So, yeah, pretty much the same thought process between the two carries for good reason, but now the
Rises
Alphas.
disagrees with me. He's got Blink Dagger queued up instead.
Oh, okay.
This will allow him to jump either Witch Doctor or Snap on the back line, but he's still running the same problem if you're just getting kited around.
Right.
So I hope he changes his mind. Or even if he doesn't change his mind, I hope he finds like a couple quick kills immediately after building the Blink Dagger. Otherwise, he's in trouble.
Yeah, if the Blink gets him a couple of pickoffs, then you just can transition into the BKB anyway, and you didn't really lose much time, but we'll see how that plays out. Might just be a situation where Rises doesn't think he's going to be involved in fights in the near future anyway, so he'll go for both. Who really knows, but in the meantime, B-God's trying to do a little bit of scouting up top. They did scan out Monster underneath this tower, but of all the heroes to jump in on, Monster is one of the harder ones for them to kill, but they did bring just about everyone up here.
Yep.
They need PP to start with the X combo at this point because they don't have the Bloodseeker It's actually B-God, though, who makes the initiation. Gets the stun. The Vendetta hit was there. The Mortimer Kisses are flying through. But he's still not dead. You know he's going to come in. Gives him a little bit of a heal there with the Soul Rip. And this fight is already starting to turn. The supports are in some serious trouble. The toss is going to take down one. Monster finishes off the other. And TP's kind of trapped in here as well. He is looking to just hold his ground and fight. The Ghost Ship does come through. But now with Rises joining the engagement, PP is just absolutely dead in the water. And you had maybe a 5-second window to get that kill on the Mars. If you don't know you can do it in that time, maybe you don't try.
Don't try it, yeah. I mean, they saw him already commit his spear. That one was on cooldown. He starts to walk out of the tower from Nick's assassin. They think, okay, this looks great. Things look even less great now. But yeah, very difficult hero to initiate onto. He's got like 1700 HP, and unfortunately, it's only going to get harder for them in a couple minutes here. Once this guy's BKB is done, you're just not going to be able to fight him down anymore.
So Widge rotates mid with a Stolen Cask, sets up onto the Bloodseeker. That leads them into the Roche Pit, so now there's 2 lives up on the Ursa, who is currently 5-0. And, well, now they find another. B-God gets cut out in the middle lane, but going back to the Ursa, now that you have the Aegis, now that you still are making a pretty insane amount of money farming, this Blink Dagger purchase is basically something he gets away with. Now he can just start building his way towards BKB anyway, and no time lost, really.
Yeah, that last fight they took really helped things out. You know, Blink Dagger to the next item. Blink Dagger just helping you farm even faster and find some solo pickoffs. Oh. As long as the cut aren't trying to take team fights and you're good. Yeah, he's a very dead Snapfire.
Of course, I have to still make my brain remember. I was about to say, oh, well, yeah, that's a support kill. Who cares? No, it's not. Vola's a core.
Yeah.
He's worth a little bit more than usual. Is he going for the Wraith Pact, though? Yeah, he is. Alright.
Boring.
Bleh. I mean, at this point, it is boring as hell, but they need it, because they're just getting kind of run at now. Tier 1
This is not going back for the BKB. I think he was for a second. He bought his Mithril Hammer, but he's changed his mind to a Basher, so he's just going all in and trying to jump the back line, taking her out at the beginning.
He's caught on his opponent's side of the map. Ghost Ship is in, technically speaking, but I don't think it'll save him. Or maybe it will. He's somehow getting out of here. No, he's not. Tosh should finish him off. There it is. PP will go down. Mortimer Kisses are a bit of a distraction, but it might not be enough. Rises is coming in. Gets the damage. Avalanche helps out. Blink forward from Soul. Not going to catch anyone. Although if they look to the east...
Scourge.
Okay.
No, Scourge is going to be fine. TP's out. But yeah, another rough fight for them. They get caught out up on the hill trying to find like any plays they can make happen, because I think they realize like this is our timing. Like these 18 to 20 minute marks, our Nyx Assassin, our Bloodseeker should feel super strong. Like, yes, we don't quite have our BKBs finished, but like our hero advantage right now should allow us to fight these heroes on Alpha, but it's not the case. So now they need to dodge for a little bit, because the BKB just got finished on Mars. You have Basher now done on Ursa. It's being flown out to him, and you're just a little ways away from your own BKBs. So for now, dodge. You don't want to fight into them with what feels even worse than a 9k net worth advantage, because you have all this unrealized net worth.
Well, not doing a great job of dodging so far, as B-God does get hit up. Save is... he's getting a nice death ward in there, but not on the target that he actually maledicted, so... you don't really have that multiplier. Full ends up going down. Save is desperately trying to get back into his base, but there's that Blink Dagger. Rises jumps in onto him. Yodomi heals him up immediately after. The scan just caught heroes hanging out in the tree line, so they're going to go hunting, and they spot PP. Forced to defensively boat just to try and get that rum buff on him, but now the arena has been deployed. They'll toss PP back into that arena, and that's about as bad as it possibly could have gotten. Yeah.
You know, they started that one, I thought maybe the Nyx Assassin gets away here. Monster ended up missing both his abilities, but it didn't even matter. Cool. They're slaughtering them all over the map here. They still got Aegis for another minute and 30 seconds as well. There's got no reason to slow down. Like, if you let your foot off the gas, it gives Scourge McDuck a chance to finish his BKB. It gives Hugga a chance to finish his BKB. I mean, I think Bloodseeker gets it now. He's 25 gold off. But you would have loved it to be able to dodge that fight, like, just before you finish these items.
Okay, they're just into the
Oh
base.
no,
They
there's in the base. Yeah.
they don't give a damn. They're just going all in. Didn't even take the tier 2 tower first. They just say, hey, let's get a free kill. If Rises dies, cool, we get to use his Aegis. Otherwise, now they'll take the objectives, but... are you serious? There's just no mercy right now. But Soul, maybe that was a little bit too far. You are not the one with the Aegis, but Rises jumps in. They'll take down B-God. Ghost Ship is going to come through. Will it be enough to kill off the Tiny? No, it will not. Stolen Boat now thrown out by Widge, connecting onto PP, dropping him down. And Rises is now beyond godlike 12-0. The Aegis will be put to use, and neph...
He's getting further from his BKB on the Kunkka. They're walking up high ground. I mean, you've got Fortify. You can stall this one out a little bit. Maybe.
I'm starting to run out of scenarios at play here other than just Alpha 5-man DC for a while, because this is rough. Their team fight is just not really coming along.
I mean, they can make mistakes, but I mean, the issue is you haven't even had to pop your BKB on the Mars yet. The Ursus is almost done. Kunkka's just like died 3 times in a row when he almost had his completed. Things are getting worse and worse. You find the kill onto the Ursa here, or the Mars, like the game pretty quickly can start shifting. Like, that is worth a lot of XP and gold right now.
Right.
But they're playing it pretty safe. Like, they, other than using the Aegis up there, the Ursa moves back immediately. They're not overconfident at all here on Alpha.
Yeah, they're playing very far forward, but not too
Yeah,
far.
the only person who's like going insane sicko mode is the Tiny.
Soul did get hit up a little bit there. Yonomi gets taken down, but Rises on the back line. He'll take down Safe first. Now he's going to shift his attention over to the others, but, well, Soul died. Scourge got the kill, so that's a lot of money into his hands, and he should be able to get away. Will his teammates be able to say the same, though? Vol is hiding under the tower, so is PP. Monster's kind of thinking about going in, but without the blink, you don't have that instant gap close, so...
Yep.
Not a bad play from the cut.
Yeah. Getting that kill on the Tiny, it was a good targeting there by them. I mean, Rise is jumping the backline instead of dealing with the core heroes. He wanted to take down that Witch Doctor, and if you could trade evenly at this point in the game, then
Yikes.
it's in your favor.
Again, close to the BKB, but can't finish it. It's just the treadmill from hell for the Kunkka. Every time he gets close, he gets picked off. And now, speaking of getting picked off, Scourge might want to be a little careful here. He's in the jungle. His BKB is not available. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he got lucky not getting bashed right away, but it did come out at the end.
That's kind of the worst thing you could have happen. The 2 heroes who need to stay safe and farm are the 2 who get caught out alone.
Yeah, this hurts to watch, man. The cut getting absolutely dismantled by Alpha here. My boy Save, this isn't what you come out of retirement for, my man.
One of these days.
He's getting the Jerax treatment right now.
Uh-oh. Soul jumps in, Avatos, B-God's coming over to try and help, and they'll get Yodomi. But what else can they get? Here comes Safe, throwing out a stun, but it's really just the one stun. Now he's going to try for the Death Ward, but okay. Rises comes in, cancels it immediately. Widge did not take it. He took the Voodoo Restoration instead, so at least Save had that going for him. But
We did talk about that on the start. You know, you don't want to give that one away. You can toggle the Voodoo Restoration and stop Ruby from stealing anything too nice.
But it is still 2 dead. They get the Undying in exchange, so they don't come away empty-handed, but you can only say that for so long, neph. It's a 16k deficit. You can't get consolation prizes for much longer before you're just gonna lose everything.
Consolation prize all the way to the bank.
Oh, man. What are, I don't know, what are we really looking at here? Torrent stolen by Widge. Roche is going to be back up in 15, so Alpha, honestly, could just kind of slow roll it for a couple seconds. Maybe push in for Roche again, and then see what they want to do in terms of a high ground push with Aegis and either Cheese or Shard, I guess.
Itomi scouts it out a couple of times. He walks away after it respawns, so... DC coming out from B-God. I do hope dearly he comes back, man, but it's a rough game for him too. All he's got is to his name is Fluffy Hats. He's sitting on 1,800 gold. I think he was working on a Blink Dagger before he was out. Maybe he can get a Force Staff, but I feel like at this point you want a Blink Dagger. Maybe jump like a Rubik or an Ursa on the back line. The Force Staff isn't going to give you enough like instant catch potential. You can save your. Actually, I don't even think that like Force Staffing an ally back is going to save them at this point.
Hmm. And yeah, I mean,
Maybe
it should be
earlier
noted.
with the Ursa, but with the
Biga.
Basher on him, with the fact that he's got his house is flooding. Go 4v5.
Wait, oh,
Let them play. Let them play.
oh, I thought he was joking at first, but
I don't think they're joking.
I don't
Maybe
think
they're
so.
joking. Is there a storm somewhere in the U.S. right now?
Yeah. Oh, there was that big snowstorm up northeast, yeah.
Flooding in eastern U.S. after Thanksgiving.
Wait, after Thanksgiving? Oh, what? Sorry. We're getting distracted. They did decide to go ahead without B-God. He's being controlled by a teammate, and the team fight is breaking out right now. Trying to push their way in, looking for anything that they can. Yudomi was hit up at the start, or excuse me, Widge, not Yudomi, but either way, they're not going to be able to bring either one of them down. B-God falls first. Monster was able to get the arena down into the spear stun. And this is all just starting to fall apart. PP already down to about a quarter of his HP. BKB wore off. He's going to get taken down. Bull now falling too. It's a mad scramble to get back into the base, but Monster gets the blink into the spear stun, into the avalanche. That's going to be a full 5-man wipe, and there's your GG. The cut, down a man. No chance of making the comeback happen here, as they will concede defeat. They are the first Team neph eliminated from Pro Series 13.
Unfortunate way to go, but I don't imagine they would have been able to come back from a position like that even prior to B-God tapping out because his house is flooding. I don't know if he DC'd because of it or it was like a power issue. He just needed to step away. A rough way to go. But congratulations to Alpha, absolutely dominating this series. Game number 1 looked even better, but game number 2, you know, they put their foot on the pedal there with the Ursa. They found kill after kill. It is refreshing watching the offlane Monster not just build a Wraith Pack totem and a pipe every single game. You guys, be more like Team Alpha, okay? You don't want to be these brood mothers sitting in the offlane building these garbage aura items. You can be so much more.
Yeah, you see, look at this. The Snapfire built a Wraith Pact, and where did that get hit? Still 1-8. Team still lost, so
yeah.
Don't be
I tell you
afraid
where it got him. We got him with one teammate with a flooded house. You build a Wraith Pact, you get a flooded house. No?
I see. No comment. If you build a Wraith Pact, neph is going to come to your house and flood
and
it.
Leave your task on.
He's just gonna force it. There's no maybe about it.
Well, there was a scene out of Home Alone, the wet bandits or something. They leave the task.
The wet bandits. Oh god, I don't know if that was their name. I don't even remember what that was. Jeez, that's an old movie now. But getting back on track here, Alpha able to get themselves the win, the 2-0 sweep to push them into the lower bracket final here in Group A of Phase 1. Just the names are long and confusing. The point being, Alpha will move on. They're going to play up against Cringe Crew 2 days from now. The winner of that series will claim another spot in that second phase in the group stage. So they do pretty damn well, neph. They get beat down in their opening series, then they're the team doing the bullying here against the Cut, so we'll see which version of them sort of shows up for that next series.
It's a damn shame that they couldn't turn up today on the Cut, but I'm excited to see Alpha going forward here. They pop up today. The save lane was like incredibly impressive as well. Really liked how Yudomi was baiting B-God over as we had the river lane and everything like that. It was pretty sick, but yeah, it's exciting watching the shuffle season. It's exciting watching these teams come together before the start of the next DPC. So look forward to some more of these matches, guys.
Yeah, the rosters may still change before the end of it, but at least you get to see a little bit of a glimpse at what some of these squads might look like. So for now, we are done. Congratulations to Infamous for claiming their spot. Congratulations to Alpha for staying alive. And again, we'll see them in a couple days' time, because tomorrow it's going to be a shift back over to Group B, kind of hopping back and forth between those brackets. I will not be there for that. Neph, you will. We're getting our cryptic. We're getting Ricky back in here, so we will restore the natural order. You will have your real caster, your real play-by-play man back at your side.
Do you even know why I'm here? I thought I was covering for ET for something important. Do you know what he's doing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know where he is,
yeah.
but
I realized afterwards. I mean, I owe him a million favors. He covered me for TI, but God help that boy.
oh man. Yeah, he posted a picture yesterday, looking pretty good. Go check that out. Go follow him, go bug him, right? Because how dare he not be casting Dota instead of doing other things in life. But yeah, we are gonna get our cryptic back in here for you for the next couple of days. So I will not be seeing you folks until after Thanksgiving at least, which I'm sure is a relief to some of you. But for those of you who are a little bit less mean, I'll miss you. But we are gonna be hopping on out of here, Neff. So final thoughts here on the day before we shut this down.
You know what? Shout out to Kmart for putting up with me for a couple days, and shout out to these North American teams showing us the NA dream isn't dead yet. We still got a little bit of fighting spirit on us. Let's go. Last dying breath of NA, baby. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to join Neff and Ricky tomorrow afternoon for some more Dota. For now, though, we will see you later.